This is chapter 9, putting clips in motion, and a lot of the stuff we've been working with all semester, and whether or not this had applied to you, and I've come around and kind of showed you some of this stuff. This is really, really helpful when you try to place graphics and we try to place videos that are maybe at 720p and you're trying to match those with some that are 1080i. You might have to scale them a little bit. But also in your open project, your final open project, you might want to have things flying in or flying out or just position things at particular parts of the frame. So if you notice, if you go to the motion sequence, so this is again in chapter 9 of the lesson, and if you go to effect controls, you'll notice that, so this is position. Remember that these little stopwatches give you the ability to animate keyframes. And you can set the scale and you can use it to enlarge something or make it small. Or you can do that Ken Burns effect where you set a keyframe earlier on and then you can gradually make it bigger as it goes. So position obviously shows you the position it is in the particular frame. And I'm going to show you just briefly on this. You can adjust the parameters there. See, and so this is adjusting things on the x-axis. And then you can also adjust things along the y-axis. Okay. And then again, scale you already know. Rotation, you can see, you can do these these little flippy things. And again, you can animate this, not so if you want to make things kind of funky. Now I'm all dizzy. Okay, now I need to go back to 0. So you can go back to 0, please, 0, so I don't get dizzy. To reset everything. Also, you can have these as your reset parameter. You can also set the center point of the origin of the clip. So you can set, so this is set to the center. You can reset the anchor point. So if you decide to change the center point, it'll flip along that particular axis. Okay, so that's, so those are just some of the things that you might encounter. However, if you look at this sequence 2, I'm going to make it so it's about 50%. No, 25%. So you might be able to see kind of what I'm doing here. What you can do is if you I'll put the playhead in the middle here. If you click the motion setting, so if you actually click motion, notice what happens in your program monitor. So I'm going to click motion. And so you notice that there's like this little box around the clip. So if you have it in full, you might not see it as well, but I have mine at 25%. And so what you can do is rather than adjust the parameters here, you can adjust the parameters here. So in Final Cut Pro, I remember this was a way that I used to animate things a lot more easily. So this is very, very helpful. So say if you want to position several things within a frame, so this is probably going to be really, I'm going to make this a little bigger so you can see a little bit better. So if you want to position something within a frame, you can do it without trying to guess here. You can decide, okay, I want this particular video clip here. And then as you add other video clips into your sequence, you can decide you want to put certain things. And then you can also draw things as well. So if I want to use my my tools, why can't I work my, and that's in my graphics tool, my other tool. But if you want to draw, sorry, I'm wigging here. So if you want to draw stuff in there and then say, okay, well, this is like this box that I want to appear about halfway through. So So now this box appears and you're like, ah, I really don't like where there's this box appears. Then you can move the box as you need to see fit. So just keep those things in mind as you're laying graphics and you're laying particular videos, that you can use these motion tools to so you can adjust the parameters by using numbers and sliders here, or you can position them themselves by using this motion, by selecting motion and using these boxes.